This video has been kind of difficult for me. It's a follow-up on the little bits and pieces I did on the fly on the Anvil with the little more investigation. The problem is you're just standing here looking at this, and it doesn't make for a very interesting video, but I'll see if I can get some information to you. If you put a sword, a tool, or a magical armor in here, you can put in some diamonds and repair it. See, that brings it not quite all the way up, and it costs enchantment 34. That means 34 experience. It doesn't mean enchantment. Alright, the reason is this has got so much stuff on it. And I think that's the maxed out level of smite. I think, oh, I'm playing with that silly thing again. That's, we changed the name of that diamond to an iron ingot. I'll get back to that later. Okay, so 1 diamond, 2 diamond fixes it. It'll cost 36. We have what we had, but we have it repaired. It might be possible to wear it, let it run down some more, just repair it that far, and then repair it again. But each time it's in the Anvil, there's like a note added to it that it's been in the Anvil, and it will be that much more difficult the next time. At some point, it will be considered too expensive to repair, which just means they won't let you. Okay, this one's got looting 3 on it. We have a similar situation here. 36 brings it up to there, but if we try to finish it off and repair it all the way, too expensive. That means it won't let you do it. Now again, you might be able to repair it part way and then repair it the rest of the way. I'm not sure. That's a lot of experience to pound out just to find out. And I don't like knockback on looting, so I'm not willing to do that on that. Red means I don't have that much experience. Okay, we've done those 2. Sharpness 1 ought to be a lot cheaper. It's a much lower level enchantment, and it's only 1 instead of 3. If you have 4 enchantments, or if you put 4 enchantments on one sword, supposedly you won't be able to rename it. That happens up here. You do that, you backspace, and then you type in whatever you want. And it wants 9 just to change the name on this thing. The ones that I've repaired, I thought it only wanted about 7 more to rename it. Let's see, 32 should go to 39 if it's 7. Right. It only wants 7 to do that, so I'm not sure why that is on the other one. Normally on non-magical items, renaming them costs 5. See, it's ready to be named. Anything evidently you can put in there, everything I've been able to put in there, it's been willing to rename. Alright, that's what happened to this. It was a diamond. I typed in iron ingot. Now it won't stack with the diamonds anymore. Also, if you try to use it in a repair, the diamond goes that far and costs 32. The diamond called an iron ingot goes the same distance, but it costs 2 more. I have no clue why. It's probably something in the code somewhere. Lesson being, don't rename your diamonds to be funny. Diamonds repair diamond armor, tools, weapons. Iron does all the iron stuff. Alright, this won't combine with everything. Some things won't combine. So, we have knockback, fire, smite. We have sharpness. Do we have 4 enchantments? No. The sharpness wouldn't go into it. And you have to read wiki to see what will combine and what won't combine. Always check over here. What will happen here is this will be repaired by burning up this sword. And you can do the same thing with just a diamond or 2. See? And cheaper. Now, always be aware not everything combines. Same thing with these 2 armors. Again, we can repair them. This is projectile 3, I believe. And we get projectile 3 repaired. And it doesn't cost very much. I haven't gone all the way, but you can figure that out. A little bit more. Okay, Blast 4 is a level higher, and it costs us more in experience to repair it. Blast 4 will not combine with Projectile 3. What will happen is this will be burned up repairing this, and you can rename anything. So always be aware of that. But basically you're repairing, renaming. If you're combining, be aware not all things combine. The bow. Alright, bows are made out of wood, nah, doesn't repair it. Made out of string, nah, doesn't repair it. Got to thinking, this I got from a Skelly drop. It's just a Power 1 bow, but it will fix the Power 3 bow. It doesn't make it any stronger, but it brings it back to full use. So, repair bows with bows. This was 2 sharpness 1 swords. I combined them, I got a sharpness 2 sword. It didn't cost very much because it's a low level enchantment on an iron item. This was 2 sharpness 1 swords. Now we have 2 sharpness 2 swords, and it will combine them for a sharpness 3, which is getting pretty far up, and I think if these were diamond it would probably cost a lot more. Every time you put something in the anvil, alright, we've done everything else here. This was, I was pounding out some experience to do something earlier. Okay, the anvil is made out of, and I showed this in an earlier video, but it's 3 blocks of iron. Blocks. 1 iron ingot, 1 iron ingot, 1 iron ingot, and 1 more here. So the stem is iron ingots. The total, I believe, is 31. Every time you put something in the anvil, there's a 12% chance it will take damage. The damage will not destroy it at first. That's a 1 in 8 chance. However, over time, and what Wiki says is they're good for about 25 uses. I found Wikis kind of give or take a bit, so you're going to have to find that out. On the last use, when it breaks, it's supposed to drop what was in it. I got the impression it would be finished, but I wouldn't swear to it. I would assume the last thing is what causes the damage. Building it causes the damage. The item can also be used for traps. You can drop an anvil, somebody like in a cartoon. In fact, Wiki says, we think this might have been inspired by cartoons. And it's like, well, duh, what do you think? But anyway, I think there's easier traps for mobs if you're in survival. And I think it's kind of a player versus player thing where, it's funny to lure one of your friends and drop an anvil on him. And there'll probably be videos all over YouTube of falling anvils. The further it falls, the more it's damage. If you're in armor, less damage. As far as I know, that's about everything I wanted to cover. There's a lot more detail in Wiki, but it's just got to be boring as hell to sit here just looking at this damn anvil. Basically, repair stuff, like repairs like. Always be aware not all enchantments combine. It will wear out. I think that's about everything. I've tried about 3 times. I tried a really long one, and it was just look up the details in Wiki. Thanks much for joining me.